Hello, thank you for joining me today for this slow flow and happy International Yoga Day. So we'll get started directly. So if you can bring your heels towards your glutes, just grab hold of under your thighs and gently roll your spine down towards the mats. Nice. Bring your heels a little closer to your glutes. Bring the sole of your feet together and open your knees wide. Place one hand onto your belly and one hand on your chest. Relax your shoulder blades down onto the mat. Nice. Apply a light pressure onto your chest. When you inhale, think about expanding your belly. And when you exhale, bring your belly button towards your spine. Inhale to expand. And exhale to bring your belly button towards your spine. If I'm asking you to apply a light pressure onto your chest, it's just to make sure that your chest isn't moving and you're only focusing your breathing onto your belly. We tend to breathe a lot through our chest, and that's where we build up stress and anxiety, and also tension in the shoulder and neck area. Breathing through your belly will also help you to calm your nervous system, as well as lengthen your inhale and deepen your exhale. Inhale to expand, and exhale to let your belly button come closer to your spine. Now let's try to push the air even lower towards your lower belly and maybe towards your hip area. Understanding that your breathing will help you to enhance the stretch in your body. Let's take a few more breaths this way. Inhale to expand and exhale just to let your belly button come in closer to your spine. Gently bring your knees back together. Grab hold of just under your thighs. And gently start lengthening your legs up towards the ceiling. Nice. Keep your sacrum down towards the floor and start pushing your heels towards the ceiling. Just feeling the stretch into your calf, and maybe you're able to lengthen your legs completely and also feel a stretch into your hamstrings. Nice. Make sure that you keep your tailbone down. You're reaching your toes towards your face and your heels towards the ceiling. Nice. If you are comfortable and you want to make it slightly deeper, maybe you can reach your legs a little more towards you. Keeping your tailbone down, sacrum onto the floor. Carry on breathing through your belly. Now gently start bending your knees again, knees to chest. Start rolling back and forth to give yourself a bit of a momentum until you come to sit at the front of the mat. Beautiful. Find a comfortable seated position for the next 5 minutes or so. Hold your spine straight. Keep your shoulders down. Inhale to lift your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale to reach your right hand onto your left knee, left hand back, and gently twist. Inhale to grow taller, and exhale to twist a little deeper. Beautiful. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, come back to center. Nice. Inhale to lift your hands up. Exhale, left hand onto your right knee, right hand back. Twist. Inhale to grow taller and exhale to twist deeper. Look over your right shoulder and keep your shoulders down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Keep holding your spine straight. Keep pushing your shoulders down. Gently bring your chin in. So like a double chin to make sure your cervical stays long and straight. Bring your chin down, chin to chest. Nice. Keep your shoulders down, torso facing forward. Slide your chin along your right collarbone. Look over your right shoulder and drop your right ear behind your right shoulder. Careful, keep your spine straight. Now draw a circle with your chin up to the ceiling, gently stretching for your throat. Nice. Keep pushing your shoulders down as you let your left ear fall behind your left shoulder. Look over your left shoulder and let your chin slide along your left collarbone. Coming back to center. And rewind. Slide your chin along your left collarbone. Look over your left shoulder. Drop your left ear behind your left shoulder. Carefully draw a circle with your chin up to the ceiling to stretch through your throat, keeping your shoulders down, keeping your spine straight. Drop your right ear behind your right shoulder. Look over your right shoulder. And slide your chin along your right collarbone. Coming back to center. Nice, and gently bringing your head back up. Beautiful. Interlace your fingers and place them at the back of your head. Close your elbows, keep your shoulders down, keep your spine long and straight. Bring your chin to chest and gently lengthen the back of your neck. Beautiful. Keep your shoulders down and careful, do not round your spine. We're only stretching for the back of our neck. We don't need to round our spine completely for that. Beautiful, and keep breathing here. 3 more breaths here. Focus on keeping your spine straight, your shoulders down. 1 more. Nice. And gently release your hands. Beautiful. Head back up. Inhale to lift your shoulders up towards your ears, and exhale to push your shoulder blades back and down into their pocket, bringing them to kiss. Nice. Push them far from one another. Inhale, shoulders back up. Exhale, shoulders back and down. Nice. Inhale, bring them far apart, bringing them back up. And exhale, bring your shoulders back and down. Nice. So do 2 more circles this way just to warm up for your shoulder blades. Beautiful. 1 more. Nice. Now reach your hands forward, shoulder distance apart. Index finger pointing forward. Make sure that the palms of your hands are really touching the floor, and you can grab the floor with your fingertips. Now roll your knees back and come into your tabletop position. Beautiful. Now whenever you're in tabletop, think about having your wrist underneath your shoulders and your hips above your knees. Nice. Now, even though your joints are stacked and you're stable, when you just stay into a tabletop, push your shoulder blades a little bit further from one another, tilt your tailbone down slightly, and keep your lower ribs in so that you're not collapsing into your low back, neither your shoulders. Beautiful. So keep your spine long and straight as we're going through some wrist stretches. Inhale to rock forward and exhale back. Beautiful. Inhale, rock forward. and exhale back. When you inhale to walk forward, you should feel the lengthening at the back of your wrist. You shouldn't feel anything where the angle is closing. So be careful. Don't go too far that you start feeling a discomfort at the closing angle. You only aim to feel the part that is lengthening. Beautiful. Nice. Then gently start bringing your fingers towards your knees. Inhale forward and exhale back. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your spine straight. Nice. Beautiful. Gently bring the top of your hands onto the floor. Inhale forward and exhale back. If this is a bit too challenging for you, you can always sit back onto your heels. Keep your shoulder blades far from one another, tailbone down, lower ribs in. Nice. And gently come back to center. Okay, we're just gonna go through some cat-cow together, but I really want you to be able to break down each part of your spine. We'll also try to isolate the pelvis and understand how our shoulder blades are helping us to flex and extend our spine. So first of all, try to focus only onto your pelvis. Inhale to just tilt your tailbone up and exhale down. Try to not add your lumbar spine. Try to really focus on the movement of your pelvis, tilting up and down. Nice. Inhale to tilt it up and exhale down. Now you keep your shoulder blades far from one another for now. On your next inhale, you're going to tilt your tailbone up, expand your belly towards the floor, arching vertebrae by vertebrae, starting for your lumbar spine, going through mid-back, upper back. Eventually, you can bring each shoulder blades to kiss and your head up. On your exhale, so keep the extension into your spine, keep your shoulder blades kissing one another as you uncurl your spine. So very slowly, tilt your tailbone down, start rounding through your low back, slowly going through mid-back, upper back, eventually bring each shoulder blades far from one another and your head down. And again, repeat the movement from pelvis to head. Keep the flexion into your upper spine as you're going into extension into your lumbar spine. Tilt the tailbone up, expand your belly towards the floor, arch through low back, mid back, and then upper back, bringing each shoulder blades to kiss and your head up. Exhale, tailbone down, rounding through your lumbar spine, belly button in, lower ribs in, rounding through mid back, upper back, head down. Beautiful. One more. Inhale to tilt your tailbone up. Nice. And exhale to cat. Round your spine. And gently come back to neutral. Now push your hips back towards your heels and come to a child pose. Forehead down onto the mat. Press your hands firmly onto the mat. Elbow pit facing up. So externally rotate for your shoulders. Inhale to round your spine, coming forward into a half plank. Nice. When you're in a half plank, keep each shoulder blades far from one another, tailbone down, lower ribs in. On the exhale, this time you're going to go into a cow shape. So exhale to tilt your tailbone up. Arch through your low back, mid back, upper back. Bring each shoulder blades to kiss as you're pushing your hips back towards your heels. Beautiful. Inhale to round your spine forward, coming into half plank. And exhale to reach your hips back to your heels into a cow shape. Beautiful. It's still from pelvis to head. But this time we're just adding a larger motion. Last one. Inhale to round your spine forward. Beautiful. Exhale to tilt the tailbone up, arch through your low back, mid back, upper back, reaching your heels back towards, your hips back towards your heels. Nice. And stay there. Inhale to lift your hips up slightly, tuck your toes under, push your hips up and back towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Now give me a favor, bend your knees a little deeper, push your tailbone towards the ceiling, keeping the lower ribs in to keep the core engaged. And gently walk one heel at the time towards the floor. Tailbone up, heels down. Beautiful. Look in between your feet. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Nice. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. Inhale to tilt the tailbone up. And exhale to reach the heels down. Beautiful. Nice. Last one. On your next inhale, look forward. Gently step towards the front of the mat. Grab hold of your opposite elbows and gently fold. Eventually swing from side to side. Maybe say yes and no with your head just to make sure your neck is completely relaxed. We aim here just to relax the low back. So please bend your knees as much as you can. Staying here for a couple of more breaths. Nice. Gently release your hands down towards the mat. And on your next inhale, you're going to come very slowly all the way up, stacking each vertebrae on top of one another, visualizing your spine very slowly coming back to a straight position. Take your time, vertebrae by vertebrae. And eventually, when you reach back a straight position, roll your shoulders back and down. Nice. Bring the ball of your feet together. So big toes should be touching. Ideally, you're going to have a slight space in between your heels. Nice. Inhale to lift your hands up towards the ceiling. Careful, keep your tailbone down and your lower ribs in. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees if needed. Inhale, look up. Push your shoulder blades back and down, shoulders away from your ears. Nice. Exhale to reach your legs back into your high plank. Shoulder blades far from one another, tailbone down, lower ribs in. Beautiful. Lower your knees down onto the floor. Bend your elbows to lower your chest and chin down. Inhale to push your chest forward and come into your baby cobra. Think shoulders back and down, chest forward, elbows towards one another. Beautiful. Tuck your toes under, push your hips back towards your heels and up to the ceiling. Downward facing dog. Inhale to tilt your tailbone up, exhale to reach your heels down. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, lower ribs in, tailbone up. I know it's a lot of little details, but details makes everything. Beautiful. Few more breaths here. Nice. Inhale to look forward. Gently step towards the front of the mat. Now grab hold of your ankles. Bend your knees if it's needed. I want you to have your spine long and straight. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades back and down to strengthen your spine. Look forward. And same again. Think about reaching your tailbone up and heels down. Keep your spine long and straight. And very gently start lengthening your legs. Be careful here. Keep a slight bend if it's needed. Don't start rounding your spine to lengthen your legs. It completely defeats the purpose. We're aiming to lengthen through the back of the legs. As well, don't let your hips go back. Try to keep your hips stacked on top of your ankles. Nice. Shoulders down. Chest is lifted forward. Beautiful. Stay here just for 2 more breaths. Nice. And on your next exhale, just gently fold, letting your hands down towards the floor. Inhale to come all the way up very slowly again, this time reaching your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale to fold forward again. Inhale, look up. Exhale, reach your legs back into your high plank. Shoulder blades far from one another, tailbone down. Rock forward, bend your elbow, hug your rib cage. Inhale to lift your chest up and forward. Shoulders back, glutes engaged, spice off the floor. Beautiful. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Nice. One more breath here. Beautiful. Inhale to lift your right leg up. But drop your right hip down. Beautiful. Bend your right knee towards your chest. Come into high plank with your knee to chest and step your right foot forward in between your hands. Come up into your high lunge, bringing your hands onto your hips. Now think about having both of your hips onto the same line. Push that left hip forward, reach the left heel back. Don't let your front knee collapse towards the inside. Keep externally rotating from that front hip. Nice. Left hip forward, left heel back, tailbone down. Stay here, feeling the stretch into your left hip flexor. Beautiful. Staying here for 3 more breaths. Nice. Gently frame your front foot. Reach your left leg back into your right leg back into a high plank. Lower down. Inhale to lift your chest up into your upward facing dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the left leg up. Square your hips. Bring your left hip down. Bring your left knee to your chest and step your left foot forward in between your hands. Come up into your high lunge. Same thing, other side. Push your right hip forward, right foot back. Don't let your front knee collapse towards the inside. Keep externally rotating for that front hip. Beautiful. Eventually, if you wish to raise your arms up, you can do so. However, be mindful, understand what is your shoulders flexion, and understand where is 1, 2, 3, the end of your range of motion in terms of shoulder flexion. Otherwise, you're going to start to collapse into your low back, and I don't want that to happen. Beautiful. On your next exhale, frame your front foot, reach your left foot back into your high plank. Lower down into your chaturanga. Inhale to lift your chest up, upward facing dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Two more breaths here. Nice. Inhale to look forward. Gently step towards the front of the mat. Exhale to fold. inhale to come all the way up, reaching your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release your hands alongside your body. Now we're going to go through a standing back bend. So what I want you to bear in mind, now we mobilized a lot the shoulder blades, is that the spine doesn't extend that much. So you're really going to need to squeeze its shoulder blades towards one another in order to open your chest a bit more, as well as pushing your hips forward, so using your hip extension. That's why we just did a nice stretch into our hip flexor. Which means that when you're going through a deep back bend, I will just show you first. You're going to squeeze your glutes, reach your tailbone down, push your chest up to the ceiling, squeeze your shoulder blades back towards one another, and then eventually pushing your hips forward. But if you remove your hips and your shoulder blades, your spine doesn't extend that much. So bear that in mind. Understand where the movement comes from. So now place your hands into prayer. Beautiful. Roll your shoulders back and down. Keep your tailbone down, keep your glutes engaged. Make sure that your feet are hip-width distance apart. Inhale to push your chest up to the ceiling. Bring your shoulder blades to kiss. Keep your chin in, don't dump your head back. Nice. Gently lift your chest up, squeeze your glutes. And eventually you can push your hips forward. Beautiful. Nice. And then come back to straight. And exhale to fold. Beautiful. Now reach your left foot back. Bend your right knee. Nice. Reach your left knee down towards the mat and untuck your toes. Again, place your hands into prayer. Bring both hips onto the same line. If you need to place a pillow under your knee, you're more than welcome to. Bring your hands into prayer again. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift your chest up. Beautiful. Now you understand how to connect hip and heart opening. Excuse me, I do need a pillow actually for my knee, because I've got very dodgy kneecaps. Beautiful. Nice. So lift your chest up. Nice. But keep your chin tucked in. Don't aim to dump so much. Don't aim to actually push yourself forward. Think about reaching your hips down and your heart up. Nice. Eventually, if you reach so, you can bend the back foot. You can even lengthen your arms and grab hold of your back foot, but that's entirely up into your practice. Nice. And gently come back. Exhale to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee off the floor. Reach your right leg back. Nice. Lower down. Inhale to lift your chest up and forward. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale to lift your left leg up. Bend through your left knee to chest, and step your left foot forward in between your hands. Bring your right knee down onto the floor. Nice. Bring your hands into prayer. Push your right hip forward. Make sure both of your hips stay on the same line. Tuck your tailbone down. Inhale to lift your chest up to the ceiling. Bring your shoulder blades to kiss. Roll your shoulders back and down. Think about reaching your hips down towards the floor. Nice. Eventually, you can lift the back foot off the floor if this is in your practice and you feel comfortable doing it. Maybe you want to reach your back foot. Entirely up to you. Very slowly. And then come back. Beautiful. Now frame your front foot. Tuck the back toes under, lengthen through the back leg. Reach the left leg back into your high plank. Lower down. Inhale to lift your chest up. And exhale back, downward facing dog. And stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale to tilt your tailbone up. Exhale to reach your heels down. That was just a bit more of a standing session sequence, to build the heat, even though this is a slow flow, and we're going to go through slower posture in a second. Whenever in your downward facing dog, think about the same, tailbone up, heels down. You can bend one knee and the other. Just do whatever feels comfortable for you. Beautiful. On your next inhale, look forward. Gently step towards the front of the mat. And exhale to fold. Same here. Grab hold of your opposite elbows. Gently swing from side to side. This is more to release again your lower back than to stretch for your hamstring. Beautiful. And gently lower your hands down towards the floor. Bend your knees deeply. And come into a seated position. Beautiful. Nice. Now your heart should feel nice and open. So bring the sole of your feet together. We're going to go a little deeper into hip opening. Mostly external rotation, actually. So bring the sole of your feet together. Make sure that the outside edges of your feet are touching. And you can open your feet a bit like a book. Now, rather than thinking about rounding your spine and folding forward, you can actually enhance the stretch without folding forward. So what I want you to imagine is few things. First, reach your tailbone up to the ceiling. So glutes towards the back of the room. Keep your spine long and straight. Nice. Just tilting your pelvis will change the stretch completely. Then, think about a magnet onto the outside of your knees that are actually pulling your knees towards the floor, and actually actively push your hips. 1, 2, 3. Actively push your knees towards the floor. Sorry, I'm losing my words today. Feel like I'm saying that in every session. Nice. So glutes towards the back of the room, knees actively pushing towards the floor to actively engage your inner thighs, but also your glutes. Nice. This is an active position to open your hips. We tend to really push ourselves into our end range of motion, into passive posture, but you also need to be strength for an efficient opening. Nice. And stay there. See if you can push your knees a little bit more towards the floor. See if you can push your glutes a little bit more towards the back of the room. And now maybe you want to aim to have your belly button up and above your feet. So that's just a motion, thinking about pushing your belly button up and above your feet. Nice. Keep your shoulders back and down. And you don't need to fold any deeper. Trust me, I'm pretty flexible and I can feel a stretch. Maybe you want to, if you do want to fold forward, then be mindful, because I want you to keep your spine long and straight. So as soon as you feel that your tailbone starts to tucking and you start to rounding for your spine, then just go back. Don't let your ego guide your practice. Trust me, it's not going to make you stretch deeper. Beautiful. Nice. Now eventually, you're going to bring your knees back together and open your feet as wide as your hips. So your heels will be towards your glutes and your feet will be open to the side. Nice. So think about toes pointing out. Now, refer back to that motion of actively opening our hips, pushing our knees towards the floor. That's the same thing here. You can lengthen your arms forward, press your heels down onto the mat, and actively open your hips. So push your knees towards the mat. So press your heels down, push your knees away from you. Nice. Press your heels even deeper onto the floor, and then lift yourself up. Beautiful. This can be challenging. Don't worry, it's fine. If you need one hand to have a little push, it's completely fine. But this comes mostly from the activation and to actively open your hips, pressing your heels down. Careful, don't let your knees collapse to come up. That's not the point. The aim is to open and deepen the external rotation of your hips. Beautiful. Nice. And come into your Malasana. Now that you're into your Malasana, I want you to place your elbows onto the inside of your knees. And rather than pushing your elbows into your knees, first take an inhale to lengthen your spine and exhale to reach your glutes a little bit more down towards the floor. And then think about unsticking your knees from your elbows. So actively push your knees away from your elbows. Beautiful. Nice. So you should feel your glutes engaging. You should really feel the strength in your inner thighs. Just actively opening your hips to the side. Slow but challenging flow. I know. It is nice to also feel the strength. It is nice to just not hang into a pose, but understand what strength you need to actually hold it actively. Nice. And gently lower your glutes back down onto the mat. Nice. Lengthen your legs forward and give a little shake to your legs. You can just gently let your hips just internally rotate and externally rotate. Nice. Beautiful. Now, start bringing your left heel towards your right glute. Bring your right foot up and above your left knee. Nice. Inhale to grow yourself taller. Lengthen your left arm forward and reach your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Nice. Inhale to grow yourself even taller. Reach your right hand back and gently twist. Beautiful. And again, like we did earlier, inhale to grow taller and exhale to twist deeper. Nice. Inhale to look forward and exhale, release. Now you have two options. Either you can switch legs by staying seated, or maybe you can challenge yourself by pushing down onto your feet, lifting yourself back up, keeping your legs crossed, and turn into a 360 angle, and gently sit back down. Nice. That way your left leg should be up and above your right leg. Nice. Beautiful. Now reach your left hand back. Inhale to grow your spine taller. Lengthen your arm. Lengthen your right arm. Reach your right elbow on the outside of your right knee. Nice. If this is not possible, you can also reach your hand on the outside of your right knee. This is completely fine. And gently inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. Beautiful. Inhale again to lengthen and exhale to twist. On your next inhale, look forward. And exhale to release. Beautiful. Uncross your legs. Heels towards your glutes. Grab hold of under your thighs and roll your spine down towards the mat. Nice. Stay here for a second. Feel your sacrum down onto the mat. Try to melt your shoulder blades down onto the mat. Take a second to feel how your body is keeping you grounded onto the mat. Notice which parts of your body are holding you. Sacrum, shoulder blades, the back of your head. Now bring your knees towards your chest. Thread your arms in between your knees and grab hold of the outside edges of your feet. Gently start to reach your heels up towards the ceiling, keeping a 90 angle bend into your knees. Keep focusing on the part that we're holding you onto the mat. It should be the same. Sacrum should be down, shoulder blades should be down, the back of your head should be down onto the mat. Beautiful. If grabbing hold of the outside edges of your feet is too much, you can also grab hold of your ankles. Nice. You can also gently swing from side to side. And if you want to have a little strength and play while you're grabbing hold of the outside edges of your feet, you can give this a try. It's completely up to you, depending on the energy that you have left. As much as you want to push your hands down onto your feet to bring your knees closer towards the mat, you also want to push your feet into your hands. Nice. To actively open for your hip. But once again, you don't need to do that. You can just relax in that pose. You can just grab hold of your ankles if you want, and if you don't want to grab hold of the outside edges of your feet, it's completely fine. Wherever you are, it's your practice. It's entirely up to you. Do whatever feels good for your body. Do whatever your body needs. Nice. Beautiful. And gently you can come out of your happy baby, bringing your heels down towards the mat again. Now place your hands just under your thighs, and we're going to go back to the same posture we started with. Not the Supta Konasana, but just lengthening your legs up. Just to see if we notice any change. And after that one, we'll go back to the Supta Konasana. So lengthen your legs up to the ceiling. Push your heels towards the ceiling. And see if it feels any different. Maybe it's easier, maybe your legs feel a little lighter, now you gave them a stretch. So keep pushing your heels up, keeping your sacrum down. Maybe you're able to bring your legs a little more towards you. Nice. Toes towards you, heels up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Having your legs up, you can also have your legs up the wall. It's very good for your blood flow. It also helps for digestion. And it also and mostly calm your nervous system. For instance, if I tend to have panic attacks, and having my legs up the wall is something that really helps and calms me down. Nice. Beautiful. Staying here for just a few more breaths. Gently bend your knees again. Bring the sole of your feet towards your glutes. Bring the sole of your feet together and open your knees wide. And same here. Notice, watch, see if there is any difference and how it feels in comparison with the beginning of the practice. Maybe the opening seems a lot easier. Maybe it feels a lot lighter. We keep a lot of emotion into our hips. And opening through our hips just help us to relax and let go. Now you have different options before we're going through our Shavasana. You can either stay in your Supta Konasana, which, to stay in for quite a long time might be a bit tricky. So you can also place pillows under your knees just to hold your leg if you wish to stay this way. Second option, you can also open your feet as wide as the mat and let your knees collapse into one another. This will help you to avoid the arch in your spine that you have when you lying down completely flat. So it will help you to neutralize this arch into your low back, which feels quite comfortable. Or you can simply lie down. And here you see the arch into the low back. So that's entirely up to you. We all made differently. We all have a different position that makes us feel good. So as I said earlier, just listen to your body. Do whatever makes you feel good at this moment. Nice. Wherever you are, place your hands alongside your body. Close your eyes. And start focusing on the part of your body that are holding you onto the floor. Your heels, your calves if you're lying down, your sacrum, feeling each side of your pelvis relaxing onto the mat. Your shoulder blades, feeling the entire surface of your shoulder blades down onto the mat. Relaxing your shoulders. Tucking your chin in to make sure the bottom of the back of your head is holding you onto the mat, keeping your cervicals long and straight. And now that you know that you're aware of which part of your body are keeping you grounded, see if you can relax through the entire front of your body. Forehead, making a little more space in between your eyebrows. Softening your cheeks, your jaws, the front of your shoulders. All along your arms. Your chest. Feeling your belly expanding as you inhale. And your belly button coming closer to your spine as you exhale. And relaxing through your entire legs, up to your toes. Now you are completely relaxed, grounded, knowing that the floor is here to keep you safe. Knowing that you're in control of your inner peace, inner calm, that you can let go of any thoughts and just focus on the now. If your mind starts wandering in other places, then bring back your focus to your breathing. Understanding and feeling the movement of your belly. You can eventually start moving your fingers and your toes. But keep your eyes closed for now. You can reach your hands up and above your head, pushing your hands towards the wall behind you, and pushing your heels towards the wall in front of you. Lengthening through your entire body. Bring your knees towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Keep your eyes closed as you're falling onto whichever side you prefer. And still with your eyes closed, push yourself back up to a seated position. Bring your palms together, warm them up, and place them onto your eyes. Slowly, within your palms, start opening your eyes. With your thumbs, massage your temples. And with the top of your fingers, massage your forehead. Now walk your thumb down to massage the top of your jaws. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale to reach your shoulders down and release your hands down onto your knees. And again, inhale to grow yourself taller and exhale to reach your shoulders down. Now, whatever happened during the day, know that you have a way. Come back to this grounded feeling that we had in our Shavasana. To come back to a safe place, to come back to your inner calm and inner peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me and joining me for this session. If you have any question, then please pop them into the chat and I will be happy to answer. And if nothing comes to your mind right now, it's completely fine. You can comment in the video later on, or you can find me on my social media and ask me a question if you want to. So yeah, hope you truly enjoyed it and that you feel relaxed. And I wish you a lovely and sunny end of day. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm very glad that all the very detailed cues helped. Beautiful.